What's up, YouTube? Minnie Minchino here, and welcome back to the Minnycast. For those who are new, this is the weekly podcast vlog type show where I share with you some updates and just sort of ramble about a topic for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. I hope you guys are doing pretty good. Halloween is almost upon us, so I hope you guys have been watching my Halloween series, Let's Play Ellen, which has been going on since Tuesday, and will be continuing past Halloween because the game is longer than I thought, so enjoy that. It's really, really good. Definitely not kid-friendly, because there's, death and, blood and stuff, and, suicide, which is, super dark. I don't really know how else to say that. So, if that ain't your thing, then, yeah. It's all good. But anyway, instead of rambling about that, and, like, getting my thoughts all, discombobulated, which they kind of already are, I've had some major sleep issues still. So, like, I've been super sleep deprived, which is not great, so, you're gonna have to bear with me on that. I don't have any updates for you guys this week, but I do have some thoughts regarding something that may be updated based on your feedback, and that is the state of, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I'm at a point where, like, I've been thinking a lot about it, I'm at a point where, like, I'm sitting here going, like, I'm kind of feeling like I'm done with the game, to be honest. It's like I simultaneously want to finish it, but don't at the exact same time. And it's kind of putting me in an awkward position. And it's similar to what happened with Pokken, where I was just feeling burnt out on it and stuff. But at the same time, it's different because I still want to play it, but, like, I don't, Whereas with Pokken, I was just done. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should continue it, or do you think it's at a point where, it won't be a big deal if I stop? It would be really, really awesome, to hear your feedback and stuff. I'll probably be posting about it in the Discord when this video comes out and things of that nature. But, if you guys don't want to look at the Discord for that, you can always just send me your feedback either in the comments or on Twitter. That works too. But, yeah, like, I'm just not really sure where I want to head with it, because, like, I'm kind of like, I really just want to be done, to be honest. Like, I just want to be done and play a game that isn't, I'm kind of bored with it. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. It's, like, it's fun, but not. It's kind of hitting that weird, like, point, like, that border of it just barely being fun, but, like, it is, but it isn't. I don't know how to explain it. But you know what? We're not gonna ramble about that anymore either. But it would be awesome to hear your thoughts about it. I want to kind of continue on with last week's topic, because last week, DJ Magic actually gave his thoughts on self-acceptance and stuff that was going on in his life that, stuff about, his perspective and his personal journey with that kind of thing. And I figured it'd be interesting to have a part 2 to that, where we cover, I guess, my perspective, for the sake of having a different perspective. I don't know. And, yeah, so I've been doing a lot of thinking about that this week, because I'm like, if I'm going to talk about this, I should probably know what I'm talking about, and I really just fucking don't. I just don't, to be honest with you. I've been, constantly struggling with it, to be entirely honest with you. Like, I've always gone from, there's just parts about me that I don't really like very much. Like, the fact that I am, visually impaired. And I'll say, yeah, I'm okay with it, and, a lot of days I am. But then there's other days where the struggle is real, the mental struggle, that is. And it kind of sucks, because there's just days where stuff will happen, and it turns out that, my vision was a barrier to that thing happening. Like, being able to properly play something as simple as, like, mini games in Minecraft, like going on the Hypixel server and stuff like that, I can't, like, it just, everything is just so confusing to me. I can't figure out what's going on, and some of you might find that really easy to do, but for someone that can't see very well, it is, shall we say, very chaotic. So, yeah, it turns out to be difficult, and there's plenty of times where friends of mine will be playing on there, and they'll invite me, and I'll have to refuse because, like, I can't figure it out, and I can't, like, it's just too much stuff is happening at once and stuff, and I literally can't comprehend what's going on because there's so much happening. It's not even like, oh, hey, here's a thing I can look at all the info and then figure out a solution. It's just, there's just so much happening, I can't even interpret what's going on. Which sucks, actually. And, I would have the narrator on and stuff, but then it'll just be constantly spewing out messages and distracting things, and it's very loud, so it would drown out everybody talking to me, which is kind of annoying. So I tend to just kind of, you know, politely decline because I don't want to make it frustrating for everybody else. Because, like, if you're going to play minigames, you're going to have fun, right? So, you know, and, like, you know, they're not trying to exclude me or anything like that. It's me, like, I'm excluding myself, basically, because, you know, I don't want to ruin it for them, and I don't want to be frustrated, to be honest, you know? And, you know, they're always cool about it, and whatever, but for me personally, it sucks, because, like, I'm like, I really want to, you know? And there's not really an obvious solution. I've been trying to think of solutions, but it ain't working, and that's, when something like that happens, tends to be when I get really discouraged or bummed out about, you know, my condition and stuff like that, because I'm like, if this wasn't a thing, I'd be fucking fine, you know? And it kind of turns into, like, you know, anger and frustration and stuff like that, and, you know, when I hold that in, it tends to explode in, spectacularly awful fashion, I gotta say. And it's not something I, you know, particularly want to do, by any means, but it happens, and it really sucks. And that's another thing I'm not exactly happy about with myself. My temper tends to get out of control sometimes, and, I've been really trying to not let it happen. Like, I've been trying to, you know, consciously, choose to, like, you know, chill the fuck out a little bit and try to articulate those same feelings I'm feeling in a, you know, slightly less I'm going to eat your face off kind of way. With varying degrees of success. Mostly not success. But I feel like the last couple weeks I've been doing okay with it. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, trying, and if you fuck it up, you fuck it up, you know? You just gotta be like, well, what can I learn from this, rather than, god damn it, I fucked up again, you know? It's just, you know, it's just a matter of, accepting what's up, you know? And, you know, for the most part, I gotta say I'm fairly happy with who I am and stuff like that, like, you know, but, I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff that I can't confidently say that I've accepted about myself, you know? And there are parts of me that I kinda hate, which sucks a lot, actually. And, you know, for some people, dealing with that stuff is either easier for some than it is for others, if that, you know, makes any sense, you know? So, I don't know, it just sucks, and it's hard to process, it's hard to deal with when you've gone through a lot of your life, with, you know, people not actively or intentionally putting you down, but, like, a lot of my family has been, very protective of me, and even my brother, even. Yeah, even my brother, even. Yep, that's a sentence. No, but they've been super protective, which, I mean, you know, they love us, they care about us and stuff, so, you know, I definitely appreciate that. But, at the same time, it's been to the point where, we were pretty much sheltered a lot as kids, and the reason for that was, oh, well, you know, you're blind, we don't want you to get hurt, kind of thing. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other, you know, blind people in the world that you know, were still able to, you know, go out with friends when they were kids and whatever, and I couldn't do that, and it was always because, oh, you're blind, and stuff like that, and I grew to very much hate that. You know, it's just like, oh, I can't do this because I'm blind, I can't do that because I'm blind, and it's just, you know, they had the best intentions, but it really didn't help, and it kind of, inadvertently caused me to have, you know, a very low self-image, I guess. To the point where I hated myself for a long time because I'm like, I can't do shit because I'm blind. Every time I try, I'm stopped, and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not trying to make this like a, I'm blind and I'm gonna whine about it or whatever. I'm just, you know, I'm just saying this is how I felt at the time, and arguably I still kind of feel like that to a degree. Less so than before, but it is not gone. You know, and I try to deal with it. Like I said, some days are better than others, but just ultimately it's just I got to accept the fact that, you know, I am visually impaired, and I'm gonna be for the rest of my life, you know. I am, will always be, and have always been, you know. But I don't think I should accept the fact that I can't do anything because I'm blind. I mean, fuck. I make videos, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm the only person among all my blind friends that'll make videos online or anything like that. And normally, that's like, kind of a thing that people will associate, you know, people with sight to do. And it's like, I have sight, but not as much sight, you know what I mean? That's not to say it's not possible for blind people to make videos. There's actually plenty of blind YouTubers out there, and most of them are pretty damn good, you know? And some are lucky enough to have editors and such to help them out, and, you know, one in particular that comes to mind is Molly Burke, I believe, is her name. And there's another one. He was like a movie critic kind of thing, and he does all kinds of, like, videos talking about, how am I gonna word this? Like, he talks about, you know, certain scenarios, like he'll have, there was this video that he did at one point where, he was in a park talking to a dude, and the dude just walked away. And it was a completely fabricated scenario, but it's kind of like, this is how it feels when that happens, this is what this is, and how weird it is when, like, you're just talking to someone and they just sort of waltz away from you, and, you know, if you can see them, you know they're walking away. But if you can't, and you don't notice them leave, you end up just carrying on rambling sometimes, and it and then it's like super awkward when you realize they're actually gone. I was like, oh, so he's got all kinds of videos like that, and stuff like that, and I believe he's also like a movie critic or something. Not entirely sure. I don't really remember the dude's name, so unfortunately I won't be able to link the channel, but I might link Molly Burke, because she's got similar videos of different, like, dealing with different perspectives and stuff like that as well. And to be honest, that's kind of helped me out a little bit in terms of, you know, accepting the whole blind thing about myself. Like, I don't have to hate that part of me, you know? I just have to say, hey, like, this is a thing, and, you know, I've been able to prove that, you know, I can still do stuff despite my lack of vision, yet that, I suppose it's self-loathing kind of sticks around, which sucks a lot, because I'm already like, I know I can do this thing, you know, but then it's still frustrating to me, and then it crops up when, you know, family brings it up again and stuff like that, and I know they're not doing it intentionally to, like, hurt anyone. They're not trying to hurt me, they're not trying to fuck with me, excuse me, they're not trying to be mean to me, but it happens, and it kind of frustrates me. And it also frustrates me when the opposite happens, weirdly enough. There was a situation where my mom asked me to find something, and so she's like, go into the cupboard, look on this shelf, you'll find this thing. I'm like, okay. So I go to the cupboard, I go to the shelf, and I find maybe 3 or 4 nearly identical things. So I'm like, okay, so which one do I get? And she's like, the one that says this thing. I forget what it was specifically. So I'm looking for that particular word on these, you know, tiny little like packages with tiny little labels that I can't read. And I'm like, Mom, gotta need your help here. And she's like, this one, you like, and she's getting super upset with me, and I'm like, it's not my fault. I legitimately can't read these. And my dumb ass did not bring my phone with me, because if I did, I could, you know, use the magnifier and read it. But that did not happen, and I got an earful that night, and it was really discouraging, because I'm like, yo, that wasn't even my fault, you know? I tried. Like, as much as I can do lots of things despite my vision, I still have limits. I cannot read small print, you know? So, like, I don't know. It's kind of a dumb thing, I guess. And, like, I don't want to be sitting here going, like, I hate myself entirely and stuff, because I really don't. There's parts of me that I dislike. There's parts of me that I'm like, I need to improve on stuff, but that's all you can really do, is accept that fact and try to improve. And, you know, sometimes that'll be a lot easier than other times, you know? Like, again, my whole, you know, temper issue. I know for a fact I get that from my parents, because they have tempers too. And, you know, I grew up around that a lot, where, you know, explosions would happen. And I know it's not an okay thing, but it still kind of happens. And I know that's where it came from. But that's my fault for not, you know, actively saying, hey, stop it, you know? It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to be frustrated. It's not okay to be taking it out on people that have nothing to do with it, you know? I can figure out a better way to express that and still get it off my chest and deal with it, you know? I need to figure out a way to cope with the current surge of strong emotions that are occurring that cause, you know, me to, you know, explode and get all not, you know, not pleasant. And then I can, you know, discuss it with people without making them feel like crap or being excessively mean. It's hard, though, to do that when certain people in your life will criticize the way you talk and everything you say and how you say it. I am not perfect at that kind of thing. Absolutely not. I do sometimes come off as far more sarcastic and upset than I actually am sometimes, and that's not helpful. That really is not helpful. But it's really frustrating when, you know, you're talking to someone going, like, you're trying to compensate for it, going, hey, like, I need to talk to you about something. It's gonna sound really mean. I'm really sorry for that. I need you to bear with me. I need to get this off my chest. And they're like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. Go for it, you know? And they're all chill about it, whatever. And then as soon as I start saying something, they get upset about it. I don't know. It doesn't happen with absolutely everyone. It just happens with certain people. And it's just aggravating, because it's like, you know, you're just asking for that little bit of understanding. You know, they know where you're coming from, you know, and stuff like that. And yet that understanding just fades the second I say something. And it's kind of discouraging, because then it makes me feel like I can't talk to people about stuff. And it sucks. And, you know, I just need to accept the fact that, you know, maybe it's not that person I should be talking to. Rather than, I can't talk to anybody. Just need to find someone else to talk to, you know? But, you know, it is what it is. It's discouraging, and I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to deal with it and stuff like that. And, you know, sometimes you just gotta take it in stride and be like, yeah, this is happening, as much as it sucks. And, just try to figure out a way around it. And if you can't figure it out on your own, you've got, you know, if you really need it, you've got professional help that you can seek out, like, you know, counseling and therapy and stuff, or talking to friends and things like that, and, you know, just finding the right person to talk to and vent and stuff like that about whatever's going on. And there's no shame in that. I would say if you absolutely need to do that, do that. Get whatever help you need. If it turns out to be, you know, professional help, absolutely do that. Because it can only benefit you in the end if you're really passionate about, you know, trying to improve yourself and stuff like that, and you know, or even just get through some horrible crap so you can find some peace at the end of the day, you know. Do what you need to do as long as it ain't self-destructive. Like, you know, none of this hurting yourself, none of this, like, I totally feel, you know, there can be a lot of pain involved, and I totally understand that, but, you know, hurting yourself and, you know, turning to all kinds of drugs and stuff just to, like, you know, numb your shit and stuff like that, like, that's not gonna work for you. It's only gonna hurt you in the end. So if you need that professional help, absolutely get it. And, yeah, I don't know, you just, I don't really know, I'm kind of going on a massive tangent. I don't know how long I've been rambling for. 21 minutes. Alright. That's how long I've been rambling for, like, that's insane to me. But, yeah, I don't know, I feel like I've kind of gone to a state of improving where I'm at without, you know, improving too much, I guess. I don't know. It's like I've improved, but I still have a long way to go, if that makes any sense, you know? So, if you guys are in a similar boat, it would be awesome to hear your thoughts. Maybe sharing will kind of give people a direction to go in if they need that little bit of a nudge, I guess. I don't know. But you know what? I feel like that's all I'm gonna do in terms of ranting. And yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to check out any other series I have on this channel, as well as joining the Minchino clan on Discord if you haven't done that already. And if you would, please share your feedback about the state of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on that. And yeah, until next time, you guys, Minnie out.